let's talk about wild cards, okay? And wild cards are somebody we least expect, okay? There were talks of a Rock saying, hey, one day, he wouldn't mind becoming a president. You hear Logan Paul and Jake Paul talk about they're going to be presidents. Logan Paul, to me, I think that guy's got a big upside. He's entertaining. He's smart. He's good looking. He's a good talker. He's a great marketer. He's a good storyteller, but he's young, right? But in a setting where a Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, my opinion, this is a perfect time for him to run if he wants to win. Now, politically, whether you agree with him or this is not about politics. I'm not asking policies. I'm asking timing-wise. The left doesn't have an exciting candidate, okay? The right is confused between two different candidates. If there's ever been a time for a guy like that to jump in there, whether you like his policies or not, it's irrelevant. Do you think this would be a good time for The Rock to make a move?
It's a tremendous advantage in American politics, particularly presidential candidates, to begin well-known. Ronald Reagan had a career before politics. Donald Trump had a career before politics. So they were both able, in a way, to skip the first step of politics, which is to become well-known. Candidates like The Rock begin well-known. Now, I'm not sure which party he's in. I'm not really clear what his politics are. But it is not inconceivable that he could be a viable candidate because he has that elusive quality. He's got celebrity quality. He's extremely well known. That's an excellent leg up. It's one of the principal reasons why Trump was able to be nominated.
So if we do matchups, you know how you see the boxing matchup, 74-inch reach versus 72.5. Height, weight, 178. Okay, let's do a matchup.
The tail of the tape.
Exactly, right?
Tail of the tape.
So you got The Rock versus Reagan. Reagan was a B-level actor. He wasn't an A.
But he'd been governor, and he had a very successful
term
as governor.
Perfect. So fair enough. So that's the edge. So The Rock, somebody could say, highest paid actor, right? He's made his money. He's got God knows how many followers on social media. He's an international figure, so he's got that part. Then if you look at some of the other names, if you compare him to Trump, well, Trump wins on success of business, what he's built, his brand, but The Rock may win for, being more famous. Policies. Trump's been talking policies since the 80s. I don't know if The Rock's been talking politics for 30 years. So that's the one part where even he himself said, this is not an area where I excel in. But all I'm asking is, in a situation like this, if you got a call from one of these guys, from one of their handlers saying, hey, we want this thing to be, we want you to sign an NDA and we don't want you to say this to anybody. We are willing to hire you as a, political strategist, but no one knows this. If feedback was given to them, what would you say to some of these guys?
You want to be president? Run for governor. You want to be president? Run for senator. In other words, Trump would run on a 4-year record of unprecedented economic growth, rebuilding of our military, appointments to scores of conservatives to the court. He's got a record to run on. I don't think you can go from actor to president without an intermediate step. Reagan had 2 terms as governor of California, very successful terms. That's what qualified him to be president. His presence, obviously, his charisma made him a strong candidate, but it was the record that mattered.
Crazy question for you. If Arnold was born in the U.S., could he have been a president?
He may have been. Of course, his politics shifted over time.
Right.
So he started as a Reagan Republican. He ended up as a Kennedy Democrat.
Right.
That's not too far removed, though, these days.
These days, yeah, that's true.
He went from 40-yard line to 40-yard line is the way I would interpret that.
Is there anybody else you see there that's a wild card that has a shot at, shaking things up in 2024?
I don't see it, but
okay.
Again, it's 2 years from now. It's very hard to say.
2 years is a long time in politics?
It is.
Really?
A month is a long time in politics.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.